Hello, today I'm going to replicate this plot in Touchdesigner. It shows the share of income of the richest 1% by country. So we have like the color, of course, depends on the value of the share. And we also have these rectangle showing information when the mouse goes on the country. So we're gonna do all these. Maybe we'll also add the legend and some other stuffs. Let's see. You need to download some data. You can go to my GitLab repository. I will share the link. Here, wait, I'll show you the full path. So you have all the folders here. You have to go to GeoPlots and inside top 1 income map. Here, let's go down. In the bottom part of the README, you have 2 links that you just need to click and download them. The first one is the meshes, the tog files to create the countries. And the second one is just the CSV file with the values of the share income. So click on these two and will automatically start the download. So actually for the top 1 income, you just to click here and download, while for the countries mesh, you click here and will automatically start the download. Okay, so start your fresh Touchdesigner project, like delete everything and save it somewhere in the same folder where you have all the other stuffs that we have just downloaded. For me, it's like here. So it should look like this, where you have the top 1 income clean CSV, the geo boundaries with the tog files, and that's it. And so we can start. Okay, let's start creating the map using the country SOP. We can create a folder dot, and inside in the root folder we go to grab this folder geo boundaries that we have downloaded and open. So now inside we have all the countries, like the tog file and their corresponding path. We can add a null, and I will call it like countries data. And now we're going to use this table to create all the countries. So we are going to use geometries. So let's use a geo. And I will go inside and get rid of these stores. And here I will use a file in. So now we have to specify here the path of each country. Also remember to flag on render and display. Oops. Let's leave it empty for now. And now we're going to grab this. Okay, to fill the file inside, we can create custom custom parameters. So we can go right click and go to customize component. Here I will add a a country as a string, and then country path, still string. So now if you go to Geo1 and check custom parameters, you can find these 2 new parameters. Also, I will call this country 1. Then I'm going to fill this row, actually this parameter, with this table. So we can drag this table here. And let's say we want AW. So I will do this square bracket 1, which is the row, and then the name of the column, which is path. Instead of using 1, we can also use me.digits, and this will grab the number of this one, the number of the geometry inside the name. And also here in countries data, actually here in folder, I want to grab the base name instead of the name. So just the name of the country, which is like the name of the file without the extension. So now we have the country. Sorry, this will be country path. So we can copy paste it here in the country path as an expression. And here instead of this path, we want base name. Okay, so if we check, now we have the country and the full path, and you can check the code better. Okay, now let's go inside, and here in file, I will use an expression, and you can delete and use this, like parent, parenthesis, oops, par country path, like this. And this, so remember, for custom parameters, we always use capital letter and all the others small letters. So now we have this first country, which is pretty small, so maybe we cannot see, but we're going to recreate all of them. So let's add a replicator component like this. And in the master operator, I will put country as prefix, also country. I will use as layout vertical, and then we have to specify like how many countries to recreate. So we can use that, and I will use this countries data. Let's use it. So now it automatically recreated all the countries. Let me move this a bit up. So we have all the countries here. We are not all of them actually, because we have a maximum limit here, which is 100. So we want to switch this one off, and be careful because it will create many. And so now we can check, we have like more than 200 countries. And as a final step, we want to take a look at them. So since it's all geometries, we can create like a basic Touchdesigner setup, an ambient light, and the camera, and a render top. Now you can see all the countries ready. Okay. I will add a null here. Oops. And maybe we can do this for now, if it's not too annoying. And as a second step, okay, let's first adjust the camera. I will use orthographic camera, so we can play with the with the auto width, so can decide what we want to display. We don't need the Antarctica, so we can also move it a bit up. Let's say 1, too much, 0.2, and so this looks centered now. So we can come back to the auto width and go a bit closer, like this. And now we want to create like the outlines of the countries. So we can simply copy paste these. Or actually, before this, we're going to create all the parameters that we need in the next steps, so we don't have to recreate them. So it's just 2 parameters that we will use to color the countries, and then to add the value interactively. So let's go again to country 1 and customize component, and I will add here color. Color is RGBA, and value. This will be the value of like the top 1% share of income, and it will be float. Okay, and now we can start. Let's create the outline. So we'll copy paste this country 1 and call it outline, and then create another replicator, put it here, and here as prefix we use outline, and master operator outline 1. And we can also move layout to vertical and origin like to 150. And this template that we use again counters data like this. And this should be outline 1, sorry. Let's move this layout origin to 200. Better. Put them in line like this. Okay. Now we can go inside outline 1 and add a line matte. And we can, let's use 1 for all these parameters for now. All the distance par and near. And in line, choose line near color as black. And we can go up, and in outline 1, we have to specify the material. So we go to render, and here will be dot slash line 1. Now we can replicate all of them. So we go to replicator 2 and press to click recreate all operators. Okay, and again we have this limit maximum operators to 100, so switch this one off. Okay, so now we have all the outlines. Now we can add information to this map. First, we want to add the colors to the country based on the value. So let's grab the data. So we can add a table dot, and we can grab the CSV file we downloaded, top1 income clean. We can add a dat2 like this. And so that modify a few things here. So we want channel per column, and first row is names. First column is names is fine. So we want the values of the years. So if we can take a quick look of the table, so we have the country, also the code, and then for each year we have the value of the share owned by the top 1%. So we want to grab one single year and display it on the map. So we can add a select, and in the channel names we can choose, let's use 2023 for now. So those are the values for each country. Each sample is one country, and that's the share. We want to map these and convert it to RGB. For this, we can add a limit, and we will use a lookup table. And for the lookup table, we need to convert all the values and normalize them from 0 to 1. So we can add the normalize, then 0 to 1. And we can choose the color with the ramp top. I will use the same of the website we checked. So it's kind of, oops, it will be blue for the high values, and this yellow-green for the lower values. Also, we want to specify the number of pixels in the resolution. So in the Y can be just 1, so that's like a line. And in the X, we want to get the number it's actually the number of countries. And to get it, we can use this limit. We can grab it here, and then dot num samples. Okay, let's convert it to a dot, to a chop with the top 2. We have the RGBA. And now we can map them with the lookup table. So let's add the lookup like this. So now we have the colors. Also, we don't need the alpha transparency. We will use it. We'll do it in another way. So let's add a select. Oops. And in the channel names, we write RGB. So we exclude the alpha. And then let's add a null. So that's actually our like color map. Now the way to like use these colors is by using merge, and I'll show you. Let's move this a bit to the left, and then this one should be converted into a dot, like with the chop tool, like this. And let's add include names. So we have RGB. Now let's select this table, like our first table. Let's add a select here. And in the dot, we will grab and drag this. Just like just to have it here and see what we are doing. So the plan, say now, is to like combine these two tables and add the color to the country. So we can add a merge. Let's do this. So we have the country first. And so now we don't see, but we have country, code, all the years, and at the end, the color. So in this select, we can add select rows, select calls by name, and the name will be code. And in the merge, so we have to also add these append columns. Okay, so we have the code of the country and the corresponding color. That's our like final map. And the good thing is that we can also combine it with these other dots because we have the base name, which is here, the code. So now we can merge it all together with this country data. So let's add another merge here. And this merge will go into this merge. And we have a problem here because this base name should have the same name of this code. So we can add an insert here and replace. Actually substitute, sorry. And we can write code being before and after will be base name. Okay, so now in this merge, we can do append columns, yes, append columns, and by name will be on. You can refresh and take a look. So now we have base name path, and then for each path and for each country, the corresponding color. Okay, now let's take a look. In countries data, we have everything. So we can finally color our countries. So let's go in country. Everything is ready. We have color here. So we can open it. And again, we can copy paste these and put it here. And now instead of path, we can use R, if it makes sense. So this is like the R, the red value of this country. So we can copy paste all these in the green and blue and replace R with G and B. Okay. And now, okay, let me add one little trick here. I will add a keyboard in. And you can click plus and then click on replicator and grab this, the channel name into recreate all operators as chop reference. So now if you click one, it will recreate all the countries in one shot. Okay, so now all the geometries should have the custom value updated. Yes. So we can go inside country one and create a constant mat. And this in color, we have to assign the custom parameters. It will be parent, parenthesis, par, let me check. What's the name? Color R and color G and so on. So it will be parent, parenthesis par dot color R. Copy paste these and modify the R with G and B. So we can go up. Now if you click one, it will recreate all of them. Sorry, I forgot. Go in country one. Sorry, not inside. Let's just open these and go to the render page in material dot slash constant one. Okay, now we can click one finally and see the colors. Okay, so this is the first part of the tutorial where I just wanted to color the countries based on the value. And now I will add the interactivity. So we want to display, like in the website, like the value and the name of each country just when we pass the mouse on it.